Okay, so you're here because I bet you want your website to show up like at the top of Google.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Everybody wants it.
Everybody wants to be number one.
Yeah. And it can really make a difference in terms of traffic.
It's huge.
Yeah.
We are diving deep into this incredible tool called RankMath.
Oh, yeah. RankMath is awesome.
It is.
It's a WordPress plugin.
Right.
And it can really do so much for you in terms of SEO.
It can. I mean, it's like a cheat sheet almost to like everything you need to know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna dive deep.
Absolutely.
So first of all, what is it?
So RankMath is this really amazing SEO plugin.
Okay.
And, you've probably heard of other SEO plugins like Yoast.
Right.
And RankMath is sort of like, it's come onto the scene. I think it's fairly new.
Yeah.
And it's really gained popularity because it's so easy to use.
Yeah, it's very intuitive.
Yeah. And even if you're not like a tech person or an SEO expert,
right,
you can really easily figure out how to use RankMath.
And it has so many great features. Like it helps you with your on-page SEO, so like optimizing your content for specific keywords.
Okay.
It helps you with schema markup.
Okay, we got to dive into that in a sec. I feel like that's one of the things that people kind of hear, and they're like,
it sounds scary.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, we'll break it down.
Okay, so it have all these cool features.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, like you were saying, a lot of the best features are available in the free version.
Exactly.
Which is awesome.
You don't even have to pay anything to get started.
Amazing. Okay, so let's say I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
I install this plugin.
Right.
What happens next? How do I get going?
So it's actually really easy because RankMath has this really helpful setup wizard that walks you through the process step by step.
Okay.
So you install it from the WordPress repository.
Okay.
And then you just kind of like click through the wizard and it asks you a bunch of questions about your website.
Got it.
Like, what's the purpose of your website? What kind of content do you publish?
Okay.
Do you have a Google Search Console account?
Ooh.
Things like that.
So it's like tailors itself to like
exactly
what I'm doing, which is awesome.
Yeah, it kind of like customizes the settings for you.
I love that. Okay, so we got it installed.
Okay.
We got it set up. We went through our wizard.
Yep.
What are some of the first things that we should do?
So I think one of the most important things to do right away is to connect RankMath to your Google Search Console account.
Okay, and remind me again, what is Google Search Console?
So Google Search Console is basically a free tool from Google that gives you a ton of data about how your website is performing in search results.
Okay.
So it tells you things like what keywords people are using to find your website.
Right.
What pages are ranking the highest.
Okay.
If there are any like technical errors on your website, things like that.
I think a lot of people are like, what is that? Or they've heard of it.
Yeah.
And they just don't know how to use it. Or
it's super valuable.
It's really valuable.
Yeah. And once you connect RankMath to Search Console, RankMath can actually pull in all that data and display it right in your WordPress dashboard.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you can see like how your website is doing.
Makes sense. Okay.
Without even having to log into Search Console.
Okay. So we did that.
Okay.
What else should we do right off the bat?
So another thing you'll want to do is set up sitemaps.
Okay.
So a sitemap is basically like a roadmap of your website that tells Google all the pages and posts that you have on your website.
Got it.
And this helps Google crawl your website more effectively.
Okay. So like Google can kind of index everything and know what's going on.
Exactly.
Got it.
And RankMath makes it really easy to create sitemaps.
Perfect.
You just kind of like click a button and it generates them for you.
Awesome. Okay. So sitemaps check.
Yep.
What's next?
And then you'll also want to configure your basic SEO settings.
Okay.
So this is like things like your site title, your site description.
Got it.
Your social media settings, things like that.
And so those are things that like show up in search results. Like
exactly.
Someone searching for you, those are the things that are going to like.
Yeah. So your site title is like the big blue link.
That
you see in Google search results.
Got it.
And your site description is the little blurb that shows up underneath it.
Okay, cool.
So you want to make sure those are optimized for your target keywords.
Right. So people actually want to click on it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So we got through kind of the initial setup phase.
Yes.
What are some of the more, I don't know, meaty things?
Okay.
Like what are the really cool things that RankMath can do?
So let's talk about on-page SEO, because I think that's where RankMath really shines.
Okay.
So on-page SEO is basically everything you do on your website. to optimize it for search engines.
Got it.
So this includes things like your content, your title tags, your meta descriptions, your images, all that stuff.
Okay.
And RankMath has this incredible content analysis tool that helps you optimize your content for specific keywords.
Okay.
So let's say you're writing a blog post about how to make the perfect cup of coffee.
Okay. I like where this is going.
You would put in your target keywords like coffee brewing methods, best coffee beans.
Got it.
Things like that.
Okay.
And RankMath will analyze your content and give you a score based on how well you've optimized it for those keywords.
Got it.
And it'll give you suggestions.
Okay, cool.
Like maybe you need to add more keywords to your content.
Right.
Or maybe you need to use your keywords in different places.
Okay.
Maybe your content is too short. Maybe it's too long.
Too many headings or...
Cool stuff like that. Yeah, it'll kind of give you all these suggestions to make your content more SEO friendly.
Cool. And this is like in real time.
Yeah.
As you're writing.
Yes.
This is happening.
So as you're typing.
This is awesome.
You'll see this little score.
I love this.
Kind of like updating in the sidebar.
It's a little game almost.
Yeah, it is kind of like a game.
You're like, I'll get that.
Yeah.
100 points.
Totally.
Okay, so it does all that. How does it help with readability? I feel like those are two different things.
Yeah, they are, but they're both important.
Okay.
For SEO, because you want your content to be readable for both people and search engines.
Okay.
So RankMath actually has a built-in readability analysis tool that analyzes your content for things like sentence length, paragraph length, use of subheadings, things like that.
Got it.
And it'll give you a score based on how readable your content is.
So like if I have like a ridiculously long paragraph, it'll be like, whoa, break this up.
Yeah, it'll say like, this paragraph is too long. Break it up into shorter paragraphs.
I need this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it does all that. That's amazing.
It does.
I want to go back to schema markup.
Okay.
Because I think this is something that a lot of people either like don't know about or they're kind of intimidated by it.
It can seem intimidating.
It can seem very technical.
Yeah.
So like in layman's terms, explain what it is.
So schema markup is basically a way of adding extra information to your website's code that helps search engines understand your content better.
Got it.
So it's kind of like giving Google a cheat sheet about what your content is about.
I like that.
So let's say you have a website about baking.
Okay.
You might use schema markup to tell Google things like, this is a recipe for chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
This recipe takes 30 minutes to make.
Right.
This recipe yields 12 cookies.
Got it.
Things like that.
Okay.
And this helps Google display your content in a more informative and engaging way in search results.
Like, so when people search for chocolate chip cookies, they get more than just like the title of the...
They might see like a little picture of the cookies. They might see the star rating.
Okay.
They might see the cooking time.
Got it. So it's like those extra little
bits
of information.
It's called rich snippets.
Right. So how does RankMath make this easy? Because it still sounds kind of...
So RankMath actually has a built-in schema markup generator.
Okay.
And that makes it super easy to add schema markup to your website.
Okay.
So you don't have to write any code.
Okay, this is what I like to use.
You just kind of like select the type of schema that you want to use.
Got it.
And then fill in the blanks.
Makes sense.
With the relevant information.
Perfect.
And then RankMath will add the schema markup to your website's code for you.
Awesome.
And it's also really easy to test your schema markup to make sure it's working correctly.
All right.
RankMath has a built-in schema validator.
Perfect.
That you can use to test your schema.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got our content, we've optimized it.
Yep.
We've got our schema markup.
Yep.
What about the titles and the descriptions?
Okay.
Like that show up in the Google results.
Yeah. So your title tags and your meta descriptions are super important for SEO.
Right.
Because they're the first thing people see when they search for something on Google.
Right.
So you want to make sure they're compelling and informative.
Okay.
And that they include your target keywords.
Okay.
And RankMath has a bunch of features that help you optimize your titles and descriptions.
Got it.
So, for example, you can use RankMath to create templates for your titles and descriptions.
Got it.
So you can kind of like set up a default format.
Okay.
And then just like fill in the blanks for each page or post.
Yep.
You can also use RankMath to add variables to your titles and descriptions.
Okay.
So like you can automatically insert the page title or the date.
Got it.
Or the author name, things like that.
Cool. Okay.
And this can save you a ton of time.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a lot of content on your website.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got our titles and descriptions.
Yes.
Schema markup is all good.
Yeah.
What about social media?
Oh.
Does it play into this at all?
It does.
Oh.
So RankMath actually has some really cool social media optimization features.
Okay.
So for example, you can use RankMath to control how your content looks when it's shared on social media.
Okay.
So you can like specify the image,
Got it.
the title, the description,
Got it.
things like that.
So it looks good when people share it.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. And you can also use RankMath to track your social media shares.
Okay, cool.
So you can see how many people are sharing your content.
Okay.
And which platforms it's being shared on.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've covered a lot of like the basic stuff.
We have.
What about for people who are like, okay, I've got all this, I'm a little more advanced.
Yeah.
What are some of the like more ninja?
Yeah, let's get into some of the advanced features.
Okay, let's do it.
So RankMath has some really great analytics integration features.
Okay.
So we talked about Google Search Console earlier.
Right.
But RankMath can also integrate with Google Analytics.
Okay, and remind me, what is Google Analytics?
So Google Analytics is another free tool from Google.
Okay.
That gives you a ton of data about your website traffic.
Got it.
So it tells you things like how many people are visiting your website,
right,
where they're coming from, what pages they're visiting,
got it,
how long they're staying on your website.
Okay, so it's like much more in depth.
Yeah, it's a lot more in depth than Search Console.
Got it.
And RankMath can actually pull in all that data and display it right in your WordPress dashboard.
So don't have to be switching between all these different platforms.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. So what about this thing I keep seeing called like the SEO score?
Yeah.
Like, is that something I should be aiming for? Like, should I be getting 100 on everything?
That's a great question.
What is that?
So the SEO score is basically a way for RankMath to grade your content based on how well you've optimized it for SEO.
Okay.
But it's important to remember that the SEO score is just a guide.
Right.
It's not like a hard and fast rule.
Got it.
So you don't need to obsess over getting a perfect score.
Right.
But it can be a helpful way to identify areas where you can improve your SEO.
Okay.
So if you see that you have a low SEO score, you can click on the score.
Okay.
And it'll give you a breakdown of what you need to do to improve it.
So like how many keywords should I be using in this or, you know, whatever.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. What about some of the other like technical SEO features that it has?
Yeah, so RankMath has a bunch of other cool features that can help you with your technical SEO.
Okay.
So for example, RankMath can help you monitor your 404 errors.
Okay, and remind me what a 404 error is.
So a 404 error is basically what happens when someone tries to visit a page on your website.
Right.
That doesn't exist.
Right. They get that like error message.
Exactly. Yeah, you get the page not found message.
Right.
And 404 errors can be bad for your SEO.
Okay.
Because they can lead to a bad user experience.
Right, because they just like disappear and they're like, what happened?
Exactly. Yeah, people get frustrated.
Right.
So RankMath can help you track your 404 errors.
Okay.
And then redirect them to the correct page.
So instead of getting that error, they just seamlessly go to what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And RankMath also has a redirect manager.
Okay.
That you can use to set up redirects for other pages on your website as well.
Okay.
And then for people who are really tech savvy, RankMath also has a robot.txt editor.
Okay.
And an AutoTaxis editor.
I'm less tech savvy, so.
Yeah, those are a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, I was going to say, explain those.
But basically, those allow you to like really fine tune how search engines crawl and index your website.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah. So before we wrap this up.
Okay.
What are some best practices for RankMath? Like, what are some things that I should be doing, like, all the time?
So I think one of the most important things is to do regular content audits.
Okay.
So this means going through all the content on your website and making sure it's still relevant and up to date.
Right.
And if you find any content that's outdated or that's not performing well, you can either update it or delete it.
That makes sense.
Okay. Another important thing is to keep monitoring your SEO scores.
Okay.
So even if you get a perfect score, doesn't mean you can just like forget about it. Google's algorithms are constantly changing.
Right.
So you need to make sure that your content is still optimized for those algorithms.
So like constantly keeping it updated and fresh.
Exactly.
Got it.
And then another important thing is to keep RankMath updated.
Okay.
They release new features and bug fixes all the time.
So you're getting like the best version all the time.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I would also say make sure you're using XML sitemaps.
Right.
We talked about that earlier.
Which we did.
But they're really important for SEO.
Right.
And make sure you're leveraging breadcrumbs.
Right.
Those are those little navigational links.
It's great for user experience.
Exactly. Yeah, they help people navigate your website.
Okay.
And they can also help with your SEO.
Cool. All right. Well, I am so excited. I feel like I have just been handed the keys to the kingdom of SEO.
Yeah. RankMath is a powerful tool.
It's an incredible tool.
Yeah.
So I encourage everyone to check it out. Dive deep. And remember, SEO is a marathon.
Yes, it is.
Not a sprint.
So be patient.
Be patient.
Keep working at it.
And keep learning.
And you'll see results.
Yeah, okay, so here's something for everyone to think about.
Okay.
As you go to implement this.
Yeah.
What kind of content can you be creating that nobody else is?
Right.
That is going to be, like, irresistible to your audience?
Yeah. That's a great question.
I think that is the key.
It is.
To standing out.
Absolutely.
It's like, don't just copy everybody else.
Right.
Do something different.
Be creative.
Yeah.
Think outside the box.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, this was fun.
We will see you all next time on The Deep Dive.
Bye.
Bye-bye.